Cody Decker, it's the 47th anniversary or commemoration of the Munich Olympics
Yes.
attack on kidnapping and murder of 11 Israeli Jewish athletes. When you, as an American Jew, when you toured for Team Israel, how was security for you, and how did it differ from when you were touring with American teams?
Well, security with American teams is, not all that strict or difficult. It's kind of run-of-the-mill standard here. With this team, the first time we got together in 2012, we were playing in Jupiter, Florida in a tournament to qualify. We had a lot of security. We had multiple security guards. Pretty sure 2 of our teammates were not even baseball players, just Mossad members in disguise. And also, they had to have dogs to sniff our bus. Bomb-sniffing dogs to check our bus. Yeah, so they were very, very careful because, obviously, of the past Munich situation, even though it's 40 years past at the time. So the bus was more or less a decoy. I never even got on the bus.
Do you think it might be a deterrent for American Jewish players to play under an Israeli flag in the future?
No, not at all. See the movie and you'll know why. This was the most fun we ever had. Half of us made it to the big leagues, and we never had this much fun on a baseball field. It was a great time. The fact that we were all Jewish was this kind of underlying thing that kind of brought us together. It wasn't really even spoken about all that much. It was just something we kind of played with and had fun with. But, there's not a whole lot of us out there. We were thinking about putting the team together. Like, are there even enough Jews in the game to put together this team? And we started searching through, and it's also a joke in the movie about how some of these guys found out. Some of them didn't even know they had Jewish roots.
You played twice. Was it 2012 and then 2017?
2012 was the first. Yeah, 2012 was the first one. 2017 was the second one.
Jock Peterson played the first time, not the second time. Why didn't he play, do you suppose?
Because it happens during spring training when you're fighting for a major league roster spot. It's not a good idea to leave your organization. I was released by the Brewers, and they told me the reason why was because I played in this tournament. Yes, verbatim, that's what I was told when they released me. I signed with the Mets a week later, so it didn't matter. But, yeah, there are consequences to playing in the WBC, which Major League Baseball should crack down on a little bit.
Well, are you saying that it was because you weren't around for spring training or because you were Jewish?
It was not because I was Jewish. Ryan Braun's on the team. They said they said I missed too much of spring training, so they sent me home, even though they encouraged me to go play in this tournament.
Now, the team was predominantly minor league players at the time, wasn't it?
I mean, it was guys that have been up and down the big leagues. It's hard to get to the big leagues and stay. I got to the big leagues, but I didn't stay. There's 25 jobs that are up there, and those guys aren't moving. So for you to make it to the big leagues, there's either a huge financial investment in you or you just got lucky. You have to be the right place, right time, and I just was very rarely in the right place, right time. But this team was a bunch of guys that had been kicked around and kind of underappreciated our whole career, so we were like an island of misfit toys when it came to a baseball team. And no one was paying attention to us. And the funny thing was we knew we could all play. We knew we were going to beat the hell out of all these teams, and then we did. And everyone acted surprised except us. We knew this was going to happen.
But as guys who were playing primarily in the minors, what was it like facing pro players like Didi
I've
Gregorius?
faced these guys my entire career. I've beaten them my whole career. So did they.
Henley Jensen?
I faced them many times.
Do they have an advantage, these other countries who don't have these limits where they put pro players playing?
They have the same limitations we do. There were no limitations. We just happened to be Jewish. That's all.
Well, this movie's now finally in a popular release.
Yeah.
What do you suppose it will do for you?
Absolutely nothing. I retired.
You retired last year?
I retired, about a month and a half ago. I retired at the All-Star break.
Unlike many pro players, you finished college here at UCLA?
Yes, I went to UCLA. I haven't graduated yet, though. I'm about 3 classes away.
Do you think finishing college is important for major league players or even minor league players today?
Yes. I think graduating college is important for everybody.
Athletes, non-athletes?
100%. Major League Baseball players, there's only been 19,000 Major League Baseball players in the history of the game. The guys that have made an incredible amount of life-changing money is a percentage of a percentage of a percentage of a percentage. Go get a degree. You're going to need it because that's going to last forever. Baseball only lasts a couple of years.
What's next for you?
I'm currently the host of a radio.com national radio show called Swings and Misses, 5 days a week, 3 hours a day. And then I also took on a job in El Paso, Texas, a city that's really near and dear to my heart. I played there for 2 years, where I'm the Associate Executive Director of the El Paso Border Youth Athletic Association. Our goal is to get as many baseball and softball players into college through baseball and softball. That's the goal of the organization. So we're trying to boost the numbers of college attendees and graduates in El Paso, Texas. It's a wonderful organization. We're building a facility. There's also a big Jewish community there. We're hoping to get them involved, which is really exciting. And the radio show with my wife, Jennifer Sturger, who's way more famous than me, and the show's going great. And I'll be back in the studio tomorrow morning.
Where can people follow your activities and tweets?
You can follow me on Twitter at Decker6, the number 6. You can follow our show, Swings and Misses. Misses spelled MRS. On Twitter, the show is Swings and MRS, and of course it's on the radio live every day on the radio.com app, Swings and Misses, and you can get it wherever you get your podcasts, Apple, Stitcher, all that jazz.
When's the next World Baseball Classic?
That is in 2021. I'll probably come out of retirement for that.
Do you have to do things to stay in shape to keep your eye sharp?
I'm gold.
How about your eye?
I'm gold.
You're golden?
I have the most home runs of any active player in baseball. I can hit. I'll be fine.
Okay.
All right.
Good luck to you.
Thanks, man. You too.